So it's a privilege, it's an honor to introduce two great martial artists, Mr. Steve and Ben Harms, both great martial artists, 2 degree black belt, and my brother, Professor Agnes is going to give the introduction to UFC, who they are, and
Okay, guys, bear with me. This is my first time doing this, so I'm getting used to everything now. But I also want to take a minute to thank Steve and Ben for coming out, and also for tomorrow, just a reminder, we're going to be on tomorrow as well at 10 o'clock tomorrow. The confusion with the time was because we already sprang forward for daylight savings. They're doing that today, so that was why there was a difference there, and so we have to take that into consideration in the future. So we apologize for the mix-up as far as the times go. But with that being said, this is our big debut, and there's a lot of you out there that we fully plan on getting in touch with. We want you to come on the program as well. That's why we're encouraging everybody to like this and share it, get involved. This is really all about just having fun and leaving everything else to the side, quite frankly. And I got to be honest with you, I couldn't be happier to have these two people starting it off for us, because we've known them for a very long time, and so we're really happy about that. So what's going to happen is we're going to turn it over. We're going to give them about 40 minutes. And then we'll give them a 5-minute countdown. We're getting close to that 35-minute mark. And then we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then Mr. Ben Harms will come on. Okay, so when the first one's over, you can take a break and then come back on if you want. And then we'll go from there. What we'll do right now is I'm just going to read a real quick blurb about Mr. Steve Harms, give you a little bit brief intro about his background, and then I'm going to turn it over to him. So he's currently 38 years old. All right.
Yeah.
5th degree black belt. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right. I think I'll just leave it at that. And if you want to add to that, this is long overdue. This is his big debut today, so we're really excited. And with that being said, Steve, I'll turn it over to you, and all yours. And thank you, everybody, for coming on board and watching. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I don't want to talk too long at the beginning here. Obviously, Mr. Vigorous and Pizzaglia have just given explanations of the reasons of why we're here. As Joe said, and I said a little bit earlier, this is the first time for me doing something like this. So, like I said, interacting with the screen as opposed to interacting with a room full of people is a strange experience. But as I said, I hope that I can hold your attention and just, as I said, express something about things that I've learned and things that I've been studying and working on within my time and years of learning spent within the Kempo system. So anything that you see today, if it is something that works for you and that you find that you can learn something from this or take something from this, so let's get started. Let's have some fun, and I hope you all enjoy. Okay, step out. Oops. Excellent. Okay, so what I want to start with, I've come up with something I want to work with, which is basically to do with different body types, body styles, body sizes, and mechanics. As you can see, well, for those of you who have met me and potentially with the size ratio, Mr. Churchill, this is Jason Churchill. For any of you who have not met him, he's one of my top students. It's an honor and a pleasure to have him here. But as you can see, there's a slight size difference going on here. And as a result, you all will experience size differences, whether you're tall, whether you're short, whether you're slightly larger, slightly slimmer. And as a result of that, I feel that it's quite essential for us to try and understand that even though we are taught what we are taught, which is a base core system, strikes, motions, blocks, kicks, punches, whatever is taught to us, we have to also at some point in time within our learning, try and take something from within that and internalize it and actually go, is what is being taught to me suitable to my size, style, body shape, type, and structure? So obviously, depending on the type of strike you're dealing with, depicts what kind of stance you choose to take, whether you choose to go on the defense through an attack, or whether you choose to withdraw, depending, like I said, on what you're faced with. And then obviously choices of weapons choice. Okay, so if we just switch sides, it might make it easier for you to see something from here. We're going to start with a right punch. Okay, so if Mr. Churchill comes with a right punch and we're dealing with this, as I said, we've got to think about this depth and this weapon perception and what we're dealing with here. We're going to choose in this scenario to step back to start with rather than stepping in, which we'll come to a little bit later. And as we step back, we're then going to think, obviously, like I said, about some form of defenses. Now, what we don't want to be seeing, from my perspective, we don't want to be seeing this happening. We don't want to be seeing us stepping back, cocking to block down. So that's the first thing that we're going to take into account, because from my personal experience, that by the time we have done this, he's hit us. Even if we try to move it fast, that's based upon a timing of knowing the speed and seeing the speed and knowing through practice that this is happening. So what I want to do is I want to take a different angle. I want to take an angle of a point of origin rather than cocking this back here. I want to come from down here. The hands are relaxed, they're by our side. And as we step back, it's going to come up more in a parrying motion as such. Okay, so as this comes at us, this is where we're going to catch this. So we're stepping back and we're catching this on a parrying motion. Now we're in a dead zone at this point in time. We've settled into a stance. We're in a dead zone. We can choose to either step in and counter. But from my perspective, what would happen from that point in time is that the attacker would choose to do something else. He would choose to react, because at that point we're in a 50-50 situation. Okay? So as Mr. Churchill comes at us and we step back and we've caught this parry, my perception will be that he is likely to want to come at us with a left-handed attack or a kick or a headbutt or a grab. Okay, in this scenario, he's going to choose to want to come at us with the potential for a left-handed roundhouse punch. So again, one more time, he comes at us, we catch this parry shot, he comes at us there. Now, instead of choosing to back off again or intercept, I'm simply going to use my weight and adjust my weapon of choice and slip into an elbow. So as he comes, there's the parry, and as he comes at us there, bap, we're going to catch him with this elbow shot. From there, we're then going to slip into a back knuckle shot that rolls down over the face, and use the rear left hand, come forward, and catch him on the hinge of the jaw. All right? So one more time. One, as he comes in, slip that weapon of choice, back knuckle, and then pound heel shot to the side of the face. Okay? I'm going to give you 1 minute. 1 minute, if any of you've got your gis on, just to play around with that motion. So we're going to do a parry, slip the elbow, back knuckle, palm heel shot. Okay? 1 minute. If you're gis on, have a little play around with that motion, and we'll come back. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's going to be a quick minute. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay. So let's get back to it. For any of you that played around with that, I hope you find that that motion suits your body style and body type. Okay, we're going to change a few things. We're going to work with some higher and lower casement motion as well. So that some people might find that that works, again, with their body size, types, and style. Okay, so Mr. Churchill, if we change one more, just an angle change, so people can see something from this angle. He comes at us again. There's the parry. He wants to slip that shot. Bam! We catch him with that elbow shot because we're in nice and tight. The back knuckle over the top, the palm heel. Okay, now, so as he comes again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, rather than dropping this hand all the way down to our side, once this shot is hit and this shot is anchored, we're going to shuffle up ever so slightly and nail him with a bladder shot. Wham! Straight into the bladder, bringing that left foot up into a position where we can transition through into our next strike. Okay, so he comes at us again one more time. 1, 2, 3. There's that back knuckle. 4 comes that palm heel shot. 5 as you anchor up and hit that bladder. We're now going to, from this cat stance or anchored up poised stance, we're going to drag up through the center line of the body with an elbow potentially hidden under the chin, a claw to the face, and a scoop kick to the groin at the same time. So we've got higher and lower casement working all at once as we rip through, okay, to a one-legged stance. From there, once that happens, we're then going to execute, my apologies, an inverted roundhouse kick to the knee or a side kick, depending on what suits you, and a hand sword to the side of the neck, as such, okay? Okay, so one more time. He comes at us. One, here's that parry shot hidden up through. He slips through. There's the elbow, bat knuckle, palm heel shot. From there, step up, hammer to that bladder, anchor that stance, elbow and rip, scoop kick, bam, and hit. Okay? All right, again, for those of you who've got your gis on, if you want to play around with that, a short minute, give it a go, and then we'll come back to the next part. And again, one more time. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If as we are withdrawing this shot, if instead of standing, as we said, from a base of being in this position where we're relaxed, feet together, the standard concepts of what we're taught in the day-to-day practitioner of martial arts in early stages, if we imagine that some form of a confrontational situation may have happened and we're poised ever so slightly in participation that something may be coming, this time, instead of, as he comes, stepping back and putting ourselves into a solidified neutral stance with this shot, as I said, to be in this 50-50 position, and then dealing with him coming at us with a choice of the elbow shot, which you have either as a round shot or a slipping shot. What we're going to do is we're going to intercept the whole body as it comes at us this time. So as he comes at us, we're going to catch the groin and the arm at the same time. Okay, let's change sides. So as he comes at us, we're going to ever so slightly transition our weight onto our rear leg. And we're going to slip that snap kick, which comes almost more to be like a hooking kick in participation. Instead of just snapping it straight out, it almost hooks. So the motions both move, foot and hand, together at the same time. And then from there, what you'll see is along the way, rather than necessarily just going up to the hand, that you can actually catch the face along the transition to get to the hand. So as Mr. Churchill comes, wham, we get that there as a possible eye shot, okay? So Mr. Churchill comes at us, foot and hand, moving out once as he comes with the attack, bam, we get that shot. From there, as I said, that next shot's going to come in. But this time, instead of slipping the elbow shot, what we're going to do is as we transition with our foot down, is we're going to catch as he comes. We're going to plant, we're going to land. We're going to land with an outward hand sword strike going down onto the lung pressure point, onto the forearm, and we're going to slip into a forward bow as we anchor with a forearm shot straight to his chin. All right, okay, so he comes at us again, and we go 1, 2, 3. All right, okay, come at us again. Here it comes. We go 1, 2, 3. All right, so what we're dealing with here is we're now dealing with, as you can see, those two different ranges. We've gone from one range where we're here, and his attack comes at us, and we stay stationary and just slip the elbow. And this next one where he comes at us, and we're stepping through and we're intercepting that with the hand sword and the punch strike at the same time. Okay, so one more time it comes in. Parry, snap kick, plant, intercept, and punch. Now what you'll find is that this is just a precaution. Yeah, spin round again. Parry, kick. The depth check is this. Pop. That one is the depth check. This is just a checking hand that happens to intercept along the way. It's coming across the face and is intercepting, but the actual depth check from this position, pow, wham, is that shot that comes through and nails him right in the face. Okay? And that changes the whole dynamic of the technique. So he comes at us again. 1, 2. Now from here, once he's been hit with that shot, we're going to change angle of interception. We're working here. If he's coming at us from 12 o'clock, 12 to 6, we're going to go off on 2 o'clock on an angle. And this hand that's gone on one motion is going to come back on another motion. And we're going to sweep his rear foot at the same time. So we've back to the beginning. We go 1, 2, and then from here, 3. So we're going to take that and whip across, checking hand at the same time. Then from there, from that shot, we're going to go back on that same angle or altering ever so slightly, coming across now from 3 to 9. And we're going to slip into a reverse bow, taking out that back leg, and a ridge hand is going to come up using the forehand, hitting him straight on the mastoid. Let's see if we can get an angle change so you can see that. From here, please, Mr. Churchill. So he comes at us, 1, 2, and here comes the sweep and angle change. 3, and then 4 as we reverse that motion, whap, coming back down through. Okay, all right. Again, like I said, for those of you who've got your gis on, give it 30 seconds, my apologies, 30 seconds to a minute, a short minute, play around with that motion, see how you get along with that. So, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Hope you guys are getting along with this. Like I said, we'll have a 5-minute time at the end, hopefully, for a few questions. I hope that everybody can hear me okay. Like I said, it's the first time using this mic and dealing with this in this kind of situation. I hope you're having fun. So welcome everybody, anybody who's participating or joined in after the initial greetings. Okay, so like I said, what we were talking about is about dealing with weapon choices, distancing, and practicalizing those scenarios so that you're not getting caught up with necessarily using a weapon in an area where the person's too far away from you or where they're not coming in on upon you. But we started off in the position, right punch comes in, where we took a parry shot. We're taking this shot. We've taken an elbow shot here so that we're using him coming in, and now we're intercepting and coming through and striking through on our opponent. So let's go back and let's add an addition on to what we just drilled and went through. He comes at us, we've got a parry and our kick. Here's that, parry kick. We slip down, we intercept. Remember what I said, the punch is the depth check. We're now going to change angles, whip across, and eye hook to the face as we sweep. We're changing that angle, so we're going from 12 and 6 to 2 and 8. So we're going now towards 2 o'clock. We sweep that leg, pop, elongate that base, slip straight back through, pop, take him down. Then from here, we're going to shoot this hammer fist. But what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to go all the way over the top and hammer down as you use that. I want it again to come from point of origin. So it slips through and whips through as those two shots hit there. Sorry, back again, Mr. Churchill. So we've sweeped out that leg. We've got him checked and we hit through. Pop. Then from there, we're simply going to go to that rotational twist and nail him with a mastoid with a palm heel shot, dropping down. Pop. Right on the neck and exiting out. All right, okay? So let's give that another go. He comes, we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, all right. 30 seconds, give it a go. See how you get on with it. Okay. Awesome. Excellent. You're all doing great. You're all doing great. Okay, let's move it on. Let's change it up a little bit. So we've dealt with the single-handed attack that's coming through. We dealt with then from the single-handed attack to that opposite hand attack coming through. Because generally, as I said, what I feel that would transpire from your base training, your white belt training, to the potential of some form of what would actually happen out on the street is that you may be faced with, rather than just a single attack and your opponent stopping there, that a second attack is likely to follow. Whether it be that it's a punch and a kick, whether it be that it's a jab and a hook, whatever. From my perspective and my experiences, it's usually doubled up with something, a push and a punch. So we're going to move it on. And as we deal with is, again, the attacker coming with a right jab or right punch. We're going to meet this action with this parry. But instead of now dropping across and attacking low, we're going to just stay on higher casement and whip across as that left hand comes across. And we're going to go to an outward vertical block, but we're going to whip across and add a palm heel shot along the way. So we're using that motion as it comes across. So as he comes through, we go 1, there's that parry, and wham, 2, as that one hand comes across. Let's change so you can see it from a different angle. So it goes 1, nice and slow, 1, bop, there it is, straight ripping across, boom, 2, okay? From your neutral, clap, to your forward, all right, okay? Neutral, bop, forward, boom, as that whips across. Now, these motions, you're gonna use it literally like that, as a wind-up spring, and you can see the hip moving. So as soon as this one hits and this whips back here, it's gonna whip straight back again, pow, and catch him straight on the hinge of that draw, okay? Here it comes again. So we go 1, bam, 2, all right? Send that one back, send that one back. Once this motion goes through, you're gonna drop, transition through a possible elbow to the chin, but you're gonna nail him, straight in that bladder shot with that hammer fist, all right, okay? It comes through again. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, okay? After that shot, you're going to step through forward using a positional check. The left hand is going to slip down and nail him in the bladder. Pop! Right down through, okay? And again, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, check in hand, positional check. This one drops, 5, all right, okay? For those of you who've got your gis on, let's give it a go, all right? Again, 30 seconds to a quick minute. What we're doing is left punch, right hand, stepping back with the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, okay. Sorry. Half hour goes quick. Okay. So he comes back at us, right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Positional check. 5. Then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of rotational harmony and some grafting. This right hand is going to rip up underneath the chin as you unwind, catching him underneath the chin and then slipping another palm heel shot. Pop! Right there. Okay? But that palm heel shot is going to glance through. It's going to glance through. Sorry. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is. That lift, palm heel glance through. And as this shot hits him, he's going to try and come through and slip this uppercut shot through. So we're going to drop that hand and rotational twist. But as that happens, the right hand is going to lift right up and catch him underneath the mastoid. As such. Okay? He's then going to try and change angles again, come back at us. And that's where we step back and catch him with a hammer fist either on the clavicle or onto the bicep, potential forearm. But ideal shot, bam, you want to catch him right up there on that clavicle. All right, let's try that again. So he comes at us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift him up, slip that shot, catch that one. From there, lift underneath the top with that raising looping head shot, overhead shot. And then from there, pop, dropping down onto that clavicle. All right, okay, let's slow that down again. Here he comes again. Stepping back with that left foot, stepping back with that left foot. Block, rip across. 1, 2, straight back, coiled spring, like a coiled spring. Pop, there's that shot. From there, drop it down into that bladder, slip through, boom, into the bladder again. Looping out, slipping that shot through. Here comes the uppercut, bam, check that one down. Looping overhead. You want to try and get there. Pop, both at the same time. As he comes through again, pop, There's that shot there on the clavicle as your finisher. All right. Thank you very much. To form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift. Slip it through. Check down, rotate, and loop an overhead shot. Bam. And hammer fist as you withdraw. All right, okay. Let's try it from a different angle. Let's try it from this side. Straight from point of origin. Again, like we expressed in the beginning, we're not lifting, we're not cocking back, it's dropping back. If the hands happen to be in this position because you choose to have been in that position, it may have been that you got pushed and you've gone, hey, like, I don't want no trouble. This is your point of origin, right here, and that can work perfectly fine. There's your, hey, man, I don't want no trouble. Bam. There's that shot as it drops. 1, and that one whips. 2, 3. 4 as that one comes straight through. There's your hammer fist shot. Bam to the body. Step through. Unwind. Whip. Here comes that uppercut. Drop that down that way for the loop. Because they're together. They're together. Whip on through. Comes back. Bam. All right. Now I did a classic, what I would call a classic tempo mistake there. In the sense of that, oh, wait. If we go back into that position and we've nailed through, we've hit this body shot, we've ripped up through, and we've come here. There ain't no up, wait. It wouldn't have mattered if he'd have come at us with that shot in exactly the same way. Bam! You drop that shot, regardless of whether you got that one in or not. It's a confrontational situation. It's a street, real-life situation. All right? And I would like to be practical, not just from a point of the practitioners and the people who you teach, but yourselves. And having that humbleness to be able to recognize that no matter what we've got going on here, is what we got going on here, what we got going on here. All right? Okay? We're here to have fun, as I said, and play around with this motion. Like I said, what I do, what I show, what we've experimented and played around with here today is based upon structures, body types, motions that I like. It's not necessarily what Parker would have been teaching, but I would like to think that those principles and concepts are there, the essentials of dealing with not cocking, getting a stable stance as he comes through, anchoring yourself in that position. If he comes through, what are these options using these intercepts, working higher and lower casements together, getting your rotational harmony in to set yourself up, not coming necessarily down, but if you're a powerhouse, ain't nothing wrong if you're in this position of chopping down here. But from my perspective, when I'm here, bam, to get those two coming through there, whap, and then these shots whipping off out. Yeah? Thank you, Mr. Churchill. I'm not sure how much time I've got left. Is Mr. Pizzaglia and Francisco still there? Are they listening? How much time have I got left? Yes, yes.
Okay, you were right on the money. We were just coming on. You have 5 minutes left, sir.
5 minutes left.
Yeah, wonderful, son. Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
5 minutes left. Let's go for it.
I'm just trying to figure out why that guy over there is still standing. That's all.
He's done great. He's done great. Jason Churchill, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause. Yeah. I hope I'll take the 5 minutes to just talk through, give it a couple of questions and answers. Maybe some people there have typed in something or made some comments or want to make some comments. Literally open, critical. I do not mind. It's all learning. It's all about motion. It's all about doing what we enjoy. The people that have come together and have put this event to me are like family. They're amazing people, very, very supportive. I've got some people here that are watching that are family as well. Old instructors, Mr. Bob Walsh, training partners, Elaine Farley, Frank Kello, Duncan. There's Mauricio, some people there that I've not met, but you are all amazing people. And for you all coming here and watching and seeing what I have to offer, from my perspective, it's an honor and a blessing. So again, Mr. Churchill, my father, Ben Harms, give them all a round of applause. It's been amazing. Like I said, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'll hand you back over to Mr. Pizzaglia, Mr. Francisco. I'll close this one up. And as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. And I hope to see you all again soon in the future. Line it up. Feet together. Step it out.
Thank you, sir. It was good. Yes. Thank you.
Os. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, sir. Very good.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have any question, you can open your mics. This is the time to make your question, ask questions to Mr. Harms, and
Sure.
he'll be happy to answer. We'll give you like a few more minutes to go over questions. Joe,
No. Anybody have any questions?
please just open your mics and.
Yeah, feel free to ask. And while we're waiting for some to roll in, I want to just, we were watching all the participants coming on as he was teaching, and I got to tell you, we were sitting there talking, we couldn't be happier, because we figure if we've got 34, 35 participants, I know there's people in the background like here that are actually working out and training that can't be logged on. So we're figuring we probably got about 50 to 75 people, you know, watching you right now. And I think that is just unbelievable. I think that's fantastic for the first time out. So let's give him a hand on that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been an amazing experience. It's been an amazing experience. So I just want to thank you guys again. Thank you guys for this opportunity. It's been amazing. It's just great to connect. It's great to network. It's great to branch out. It's great to be part of the family. You know, as you've read the bio, if anyone's read the bio or seen or known me, I've been training since I was 5 years old. My father got me into the art. I was watching him practice and drill through his katas and different things in the living room, and decided that, well, he thought it'd be a good idea to bring me along when he saw me getting up and copy. It's just been a great experience and a great journey. And yeah, again, thank you so much for this pleasure and this opportunity. And I hope you've learned something. Like I said, it's not necessarily to everybody's style, but the point of Kempo is getting to a point to be able to do what works for our size, our body types and shapes. And hopefully something that I've shown there to some of you might just click and be like, I can use that. And that to me is what it's all about. So thank you.